All right, let's continue to get our viewers the very latest that is filtering in right now. The Prime Minister making their way. We're going to cut across to our reporters who will get us the very latest from inside the Parliament. But a quick short walk. We don't see the Prime Minister yet with the copy of the Constitution. But what we're given to understand, that will be given to him very shortly, as he would be the first to enter the halls of the new parliament there. Chants of Bharat Mata Ki Jai echoing where this quick short walk is concerned. Symbolic, it's a very short walk but iconic at the same time. You know, Javed, pulling you in very quickly, in terms of just the beauty of the old parliament and now this walk of this transition, historic, you know, one can't deny that.
Certainly, but it has to go beyond symbolism. And the real test will be on how, whether our parliamentarians, Prime Minister downwards, rise to the occasion, whether this ushers in a new era as far as parliamentary functioning is concerned, whether it's accountability, whether it raises the level of the debate and the quality of politics. There has to be certain, you know, it's the first day, a very auspicious occasion, and already the bipartisanship that was expected is not on display. People are just walking in. There are people, like Rashid was making that point, that they are raising slogans. Either, you know, you should have walked into in a procession, the Speaker and the Vice and the Chairman of the Rajya Sabha leading it along with the Prime Minister. It would have been a far more order. It ought to have been a lot more orderly. This is just like as if Parliament has broken up for recess and they are just taking a stroll to the new one.
All right, let's quickly cut across right now to visuals that are filtering in. My colleague Aishwarya, who's inside, the privilege of being inside, privilege to be here, to be covering this historic moment as well. Aishwarya Paliwal joins us. Aishwarya, what are you witnessing right now around you? Has the Prime Minister reached the new building? It was supposed to be, you know, without much fanfare, a somber moment, but a somber moment which would be deeply etched in history. Has the Prime Minister and his colleagues, amidst chants of Bharat Mata Ki Jai, has he been able to, or has he entered the new parliament?
Well, we are seeing all of them walking very slowly because, as you rightly pointed out, Preeti, this definitely is a very somber moment because this is history being created right in front of everyone's eyes. And for all the old MPs, you know, for all those people, you know, for them, this definitely is historic. They have spent decades in the old building. And for new people, you know, for the new MPs, people like Chirag Paswan, he spoke with us yesterday and he said that he feels that he's become a bridge. You know, younger people have actually become a bridge between the old and the new building. So for everyone, you know, there is something that they will take home today. And yes, definitely, one thing that the BJP and the Prime Minister have done is that they have, in fact, created history. The Central Vista project, Preeti, what we see in central Delhi, the entire redevelopment that's taking place, the new Parliament building is at the heart of it. And this is a building which actually is an amalgamation of Indian traditions and also the technology that India has been embracing over the past many years. You know, you'll be able to hear the chants that are taking place. All the BJP MPs are now chanting, and Prime Minister Narendra Modi with the top leaders are now slowly walking towards the entrance of the new building.
All right, so the latest that we are getting in is the Prime Minister walking towards lots of selfie moments. Understandably, everyone wants to capture this moment in the mark of history there. Lots of, that is Adhir Ranjan Chaudhary there with the copy of the Constitution of India, holding it upright. Lots of subtle political messaging, viewers, in what we are witnessing as well. Adhir Ranjan Chaudhary there alongside other MPs from the Congress, Gaurav Gogoi, Shakti Singh Gohil, all the other MPs there being flagged and holding up the Constitution of India. Other leaders also making their way to the new Parliament building. What we are given to understand, the Prime Minister there and waiting to go in, he'll be given a copy of the Constitution. Adhir Ranjan Chaudhary in a rather theatrical, dramatic fashion there, and understandably there. Subtle political messaging, not so subtle. Holding up the copy of the Indian Constitution to make his way inside the Parliament. Derek O'Brien, the TMC delegation of MPs as well, making their way right behind Adhir Ranjan Chaudhary. Understandably, all of them, P. Chidambaram, been given a copy of the Indian Constitution, and all of them upholding it. And that, away from the political messaging of it all of that, it is the Constitution that is the bedrock of Indian democracy, on which rests the temple of democracy. Aishwarya, if you're back with us, subtle political messaging, visuals coming in of Adhir Ranjan Chaudhary holding up the copy of the Indian Constitution before entering the new temple of democracy.
Well, obviously, Preeti, this is something that the opposition leaders will do. And for the Congress party, this obviously is a big, big moment. We did see how when, the initial talks of the Central Vista project and the new building, when the initial talks had begun, we saw that the opposition party, especially the Congress party, were against it. But then they slowly realized that this indeed, is the
Aishwarya, just coming in, taking our viewers through the latest visuals. We have the speaker walking in alongside other MPs, flanking with chants of Bharat Mata Ki Jai. Go ahead, Aishwarya.
Well, Bharat Mata Ki Jai chants, and obviously, the opposition leaders and the Congress party wanting to show the BJP that the Constitution should be, one thing that they need to take care of is the Constitution, and that's the reason why we are seeing, all the top leaders of the Congress, the opposition party, now holding the Constitution up and, trying to give out a very subtle message, because they all understand that this is a reality. They need to move from the old to the new building. But
right.
Yes, one thing, Preeti, that I believe will happen is that we will see fireworks, just like we used to see in the old building. Fireworks will take place in the new building as well.
Right. But, like I said, once again, the fireworks and all can wait. Take a minute, viewers, because this is immense what you're witnessing. It's history in the making. And take a minute just to soak it all in. I want to connect right now to senior journalist Nirja Chaudhary, who's joining us right now. Ms. Chaudhary, as you look at these visuals, for 1 minute, let's not get into the politics of it or the business which will follow very soon, but just the moment of it all. The Prime Minister has entered the new Parliament, visuals coming in of him bowing his head. Nirja Chaudhary, for someone who's covered the Parliament for so long, how do you process with what you're seeing on your television screen, ma'am? The Prime Minister entering the House there.
Yeah, the old order gives way to the new. From the old Parliament now to be called Samvidhan Sansad, Samvidhan Bhavan, Constitution House, to the new Parliament. And today, I suppose all the differences that have surrounded the construction of the new Parliament, reservations, all come to an end. Because you are looking at a different future. Of course, the BJP has built it as a post-colonial development, as they've done, Bharat versus India. So that is going to be one of the themes that the BJP is going to flag. But today, the Prime Minister spoke very well in the Central Hall, as did other people. And to have Adhir Ranjan Chaudhary and Mallikarjun Kharge on the dais was a good gesture. Particularly after, Mr. Kharge not having been invited to the G20 dinner, about which there had been criticism. So somewhere the government went ahead and made amends. And I think the speeches were also, the Prime Minister's speech, very futuristic, the kind of India we would like. And so this kind of, there's so much confusion about the Prime Minister leading the MPs and then the Congress MPs holding aloft the Constitution. I don't know what's going on there, the small politics of it all. This march, of course, could have been better planned, who's going to be where while marching from old to the new. But as I said, a transition is taking place, a historic moment in the life of our parliamentary democracy. And as many speakers have said, that we hope the constitutional spirit will be held, the MPs will be true to the constitutional spirit and, to delivering what the people of India, the last person, really truly deserve.